What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl Rita, your favorite sister, and I'm BACK back with another video. As y'all can see by the title, in today's video is a pretty crazy story time. Literally just happened maybe a couple minutes ago. I just need somebody to take my phone away from me like forever. Every time I get on this app, I'm getting tried, I'm getting played, but I can't complain because it's a dating hookup app. All right, y'all, so tonight was just a huge roller coaster for me. I felt humiliated, disgusted, and I honestly am just about done with relationships and literally going on Tinder. Should have called my cousin to come. Ooh, I don't even want to tell the story no more. All right, I'm gonna tell it. And while I was on Tinder, I came across this fine light-skinned dude. I'm usually the type to not mind messaging first. Slid him my number and I told him he can make my hotline bling. So maybe about an hour after sending the message, it was around like 2 o'clock in the morning, that's when I got a text message from, I almost said his name. I almost slipped up. All right, y'all, so we gonna call him Devin, sweetie, if you're watching this, I got a text from Devin and he was basically calling me sexy. Screenshot, Rissa? Yeah. He had offered to pick me up from my house, but I told him no because I find it weird to meet somebody for the first time and have them, you know exactly where I live. Like, that's kind of weird. This morning, I had to run a few errands and pick up some essentials. But for some reason, as I was running my errands, I just had this weird gut feeling. And I didn't really know how to feel about that gut feeling. But I thought maybe I just had like, butterflies in my stomach. And maybe I was just nervous about the date, So I kind of just like brushed it off. Like, that's when I got a text from Devin and he was basically telling me good morning and that he just could not wait to see me. And then he was calling me his future wife, which I thought was kind of awkward and weird because it's like, I don't really know. Like, that's just weird, especially like, talking to somebody on Tinder like that and then barely even talking for a while and you're actually meeting them the very next day. It's kind of like, I wasn't ready for that. Like, I wasn't expecting, that. But, he was calling me his future wife. So I was like, hey, you never know.
Girl, please.
So this was around a little later when I had got back home and Devin had finally sent me to the address that he wanted me to meet him for the restaurant that we were supposed to go to. And I was kind of surprised because it was only 7 minutes away from my house. So I followed the GPS and y'all would not believe where the GPS took me. No, it wasn't McDonald's, no. No. You said Burger King? No, it wasn't at Burger King. Wendy's? No. It wasn't at Wendy's either. Checkers? Oh, no, honey, please. They fries be busting, no, I ain't even gonna lie. When I pulled up, he took me to Hooters. What? Girl, yes, he took me to Hooters. He ain't take me to Hooters. He actually sent me the address to go to Hooters. But yeah, Hooters, where the waitresses wear half their back meat hanging out in the little orange shorts. This guy wants to get to know me while staring at some cheeks. So I texted him just to clarify. I was like, so we're eating at Hooters? Here's the screenshot. I haven't even gotten to the best part yet. It actually went pretty well. We talked and we were getting to know each other. We were laughing. We were having like a really good time. I was really having a good time though, as I was tearing them wings up, trying not to look like a wild animal going through a dumpster. And this is when I noticed something was a little off and iffy, which kind of really threw me off a little bit, was that he had got a phone call. And as he got that phone call, he picked up. And as soon as he picked up, he stood up and looked like toward the parking lot area. So obviously I'm sitting down and I'm looking at him looking at the parking lot, so I'm looking too. Like, what we looking at? That's when I noticed the white Camry drive into the parking lot and park, and I kind of didn't want to think too much of it. I kind of didn't want to be that type of person already. It was like, But at the same time, it was like you got a phone call, you're looking toward the parking lot, and then there just so happens to be a car that you're making eye contact with pull into the parking lot and park. That's when I heard Devin say, "I see you, we're outside." And then that's when he hung up the phone, and I was like, okay, who was that? Like, you know, even though it's none of my business, but it is my business, because it's like, you know, you're on a date with me, you're not really supposed to be like picking up the phone, and on top of that, you know, you're looking like out, like you're like waiting on somebody. So there's a whole bunch of thoughts going through my head at this point. And maybe like not even a minute later, a girl came walking up, sat at our table next to Devin, and just kissed him. Yo, when I say I was fuming, I was fuming. I really wanted to go off, but I felt like I couldn't, because literally there were people from other tables who are already looking at our table like,
is he on a date with her? Or is he on a date with her?
That's when the girl actually introduced herself. I'm gonna make up a name right now. Sarah. That's when Sarah decided to introduce herself, and she like stuck her hand out like to go shake my hand. And I looked at her hand and then looked back at her, and I was like, are you serious right now? In my head, I'm like, who are you? But I already knew the answer to that, because it's like they kissed each other like right in front of me. So it was like kind of awkward. That's when Devin had told me that they were basically looking for a girl to do a threesome with him and his girlfriend. And I'm like, what? I'm like, so you basically wasted my time to try and get to know me, and you thought I was just gonna be okay with you taking me out to Hooters, paying for my food, and then I leave with you and your girlfriend? So what? Like, what type of sense does that make? Like, seriously, what type of sense does that make? Like, weird. That's when I just about had it. I started to gather my things up, and Devin basically told me to sit down and to just hear him out. And at that point, I was just like, for what? Why do I have to hear you out? You obviously have a girlfriend, and you're sitting here wasting my time. Devin told her, go back to her car, and that he was gonna go inside and, you know, pay for our food. She got up, she walked to her car, and Devin went inside to go find the waitress. And as I'm looking inside, I can see Devin talking to our waitress, and I can see him reach in his back pocket and take his wallet out. So that's when I take my phone out, because I'm not gonna sit here and try and go to my car just for this girl to like try and, you know, fight me or whatever. That's when I noticed Devin walking out of Hooters, out of the inside area of Hooters, walked to his car, and then I saw him and her leave the parking lot. That's when I decided to get up, and I just decided to start walking to my car, and I'm on the phone with my mom about to tell her the tea. So as I'm walking back to my car, I'm on the phone with my mom, spilling the tea to her. I'm like, Ma, you would not believe what just happened just now. And as I'm walking to my car, I hear a woman's voice saying, excuse me, ma'am. And I turned around, and she basically told me I forgot to pay for the bill. And I was like, oh no, I was with the light-skinned boy. He actually went inside and already paid for the bill. And she told me she knew who I was with, and that he had walked up to her and took his wallet out, only to realize and say to her that he left his wallet at home and that I was going to pay for the bill. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I had enough to pay for the bill. But I went to go talk to the manager just to kind of like explain to him what happened. And thank God he was nice enough to at least give me 50% off, even though, you know, he could have just slid away the check and been like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's just split. No, I'm just kidding. Let me be grateful at least with the fact, because he could have made me pay that whole $73.54 bill. Yeah, I don't think I said that.
Oh, damn!
After I got home, which was around like, you know, 9 something, probably like 9:30, 9:45, which was literally like an hour and a half ago. I basically told my mom everything. After I got done talking to my mom, I decided to text Devin. He did not care at all. Like, at all. And I really wasn't surprised. After he called me an ugly, I basically just blocked him after that, because there was no point in me going back and forth with him. But y'all, I'm done with Tinder.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Girl, no, you're not, because you know damn well you're gonna get right back on that app tomorrow. So shut up.
you can go away now. But y'all, this is the story about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Let me stop. But you guys, that's pretty much the end of my story. And some people just suck. Devin, you suck. But I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy plot twist story time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm about to take my hair out of these braids. I'm about to take a hot shower. I love y'all. Rizza over and out.